Stomach and duodenal ulcers. Recipe number 13. 3 to 4 leaves of aloe, older than 3 years, should be chopped, placed in a jar, and stored in a cool cellar for 3 days. Then, take the same amount, by weight, of begonia leaves, chop them, pour 100 g, 0.1 liter, of boiling water over them, cover, and place in a water bath for 8 hours, 1/3 of a day. Pour the aloe infusion into the jar with the begonia, add high-quality cognac, and let this mixture infuse for 21 days. Take 1 tablespoon 3 times a day, 30 minutes before meals. Duration, 3 months. If necessary, repeat up to 3 courses with breaks of up to 2 weeks in between. Viburnum berries. 1 tablespoon of berries per 1 cup of boiling water. Wrap and let infuse for 2 hours, then strain. Take 2 tablespoons 3 to 4 times a day before meals. Used for ulcers of the stomach, duodenum, and intestines, and for colitis. White cabbage, heads. Freshly squeezed juice, take 1 glass 4 times a day, 45 minutes before meals for stomach and duodenal ulcers. Cabbage juice is also useful for gastritis with low stomach acidity, cholecystitis, spastic and ulcerative colitis. Daily dose, 5 to 6 glasses, divided into 3 to 4 portions before meals. Note, do not prepare juice for more than 1 to 2 days in advance. Store in a cool cellar. Potato juice. From washed and peeled fresh potatoes, extract the juice, with a juicer, meat grinder, or grater. Take 1/2 glass 2 times a day before meals. The juice is used for stomach and duodenal ulcers, gastritis with high acidity, and constipation. It improves the patient's general condition and well-being, increases weight, eliminates severe pain, heartburn, nausea, vomiting, and promotes ulcer healing. To prevent ulcer flare-ups, which tend to worsen in spring and autumn, it is recommended to take potato juice twice a year, in spring and autumn, for 2 weeks at half the dose. Flax, linseed, seeds. 2 teaspoons of seeds per 1.5 cups of boiling water. Boil for 10 minutes, shaking thoroughly for 10 to 15 minutes. Take 1 tablespoon 4 to 5 times a day for stomach and duodenal ulcers, chronic stomach catarrh, gastrointestinal sluggishness, stomach cramps, and as a gentle laxative. Honey, bee. Take 30 to 60 g in the morning, 40 to 80 g at midday, and 30 to 60 g in the evening. For stomach and duodenal ulcers, honey is best taken 1.5 to 2 hours before breakfast and lunch, and 3 hours after dinner. Dissolve the honey in a glass of warm water, as in this form it helps thin the mucus in the stomach, relieves pain, and eliminates nausea and heartburn. If taken immediately before meals, it promotes the secretion of gastric juice and can therefore be used for treating patients with low stomach acidity. In such cases, honey should be taken in cold water, 1 tablespoon per glass. Thus, depending on how and when honey is taken, it can either increase or decrease stomach acidity. For example, for patients with hyperacidic gastritis, high stomach acidity, it is recommended to take 1 tablespoon of honey in warm water 1.5 to 2 hours before meals. For patients with hypoacidic gastritis, low stomach acidity, honey should be taken before meals in cold water. Treatment duration, 1.5 to 2 months. Note, these conditions require comprehensive treatment, so be sure to consult your doctor. Sweet almonds. Sweet almonds can be used for stomach ulcers, especially since they do not stimulate the activity of the stomach and intestines. An emulsion made from sweet almonds, almond milk, is used as a soothing remedy for gastrointestinal disorders. Almond oil is taken as a mild laxative for constipation. Sea buckthorn, fruits and oil. The fruits in the form of juice, water infusion, alcoholic tincture, or oil are taken internally for esophageal ulcers, stomach ulcers, and for side effects of radiotherapy on internal organs. For stomach and duodenal ulcers, and for esophageal ulcers or cancer, take 1 teaspoon of sea buckthorn oil 2 to 3 times a day. It can also be taken with a piece of bread, 1/2 tablespoon 3 times a day for 3 weeks. Sowing oats, grain. Pour 1 liter of boiling water over 2 cups of oats, let it steep for 30 to 40 minutes. Strain. Take half a cup 3 times a day, chilled. Another method, pour 1 liter of water over 1 cup of oats and leave overnight. In the morning, strain the infusion and cook a jelly from it. Consume in 2 to 3 servings. Another recipe, pour 1 liter of water over 1 cup of oats, or groats, boil until reduced by half, strain, add 2 cups of milk to the decoction, and bring to a boil. Drink 1 cup of the warm decoction 2 to 3 times a day, sweetened with honey. Use infusions, decoctions, jelly, as well as oat-based soups and porridge for gastritis, peptic ulcers, and other gastrointestinal disorders, and as a tonic during prolonged illness. Herbal mixture, for stomach ulcers or stomach pain. Celandine, 1 part. St. John's wort, 1 part. Plantain, 1 part. String, bidens, 1 part. Grind and mix well. Use 1 tablespoon of the mixture per 1 cup of boiling water. Wrap and let steep for 2 hours. Strain. Take 1 tablespoon 3 to 4 times a day, 1 hour before or 1.5 hours after meals. Walnuts and natural honey, for stomach ulcers. Wash 1 kilogram of walnuts thoroughly and crush them with shells. Boil the crushed walnuts in 3 liters of water. Simmer for 2 hours over low heat. Once cooled, carefully remove the layer of fat from the surface. Filter the remaining mixture through gauze. Gently reheat the filtered liquid without boiling, and add the previously removed fat back. Remove from heat and add 1 kilogram of natural honey to the warm liquid. Mix thoroughly, pour into glass jars, and store in the refrigerator. Take half a cup 3 to 4 times a day, 30 minutes before meals. Potatoes, for stomach ulcers. Boil peeled potatoes in an enamel pot without adding salt. Once done, pour the broth into another container. Drink 1/2–1 cup of the unsalted broth 3 times a day. Always prepare fresh broth daily, preventing odors or spoilage. Herbal mixture, for acute and chronic gastritis, peptic ulcer of the stomach and duodenum. Fennel, pharmaceutical dill, fruits, 4 teaspoons. Chamomile flowers, 4 teaspoons. Linden flowers, 8 teaspoons. Use 2 teaspoons of the mixture per 1 cup of boiling water. Wrap and steep for 30 minutes, then strain. Drink 1 to 3 cups of the infusion throughout the day. Herbal mixture, for gastritis with liver complaints. Centauri herb, 4 teaspoons. Peppermint leaves, 16 teaspoons. Use 2 teaspoons of the mixture per 1 cup of boiling water. Wrap and steep for 30 minutes, then strain. Drink 1 cup of the infusion 30 minutes before meals. Radish juice, for gastritis with liver complaints. Freshly squeezed juice from the root and leaves is used on an empty stomach for ulcerative diseases of the stomach and intestines, especially to help restore the stomach lining. Take 2 tablespoons 3 times a day before meals. Herbal mixture, for severe stomach pain and spasms. Chamomile flowers, 1 part. Yarrow herb, 1 part. Use 1 tablespoon of the mixture per 1 cup of boiling water. Wrap and steep for 1 hour, strain. Take half a cup 3 to 4 times a day. Herbal mixture, for intestinal spasms and bloating. Valerian root, 1 part. Peppermint leaves, 1 part. Chamomile flowers, 1 part. Caraway seeds, 1 part. Fennel seeds, 1 part. Use 2 teaspoons of the mixture per 1 cup of boiling water. Wrap and steep for 40 minutes. Strain. Take warm, half a cup in the morning and evening. Carminative mixture. Chamomile flowers, 1 part. Oregano herb, 1 part. Use 2 teaspoons of the mixture per 1 cup of boiling water. Boil for 10 minutes, strain. Drink cooled, 1 cup in the morning and evening. Carminative mixture. Peppermint leaves, 2 parts. Fennel seeds, 1 part. Valerian root and rhizomes, 2 parts. Use 2 teaspoons of the mixture per 1 cup of boiling water. Wrap and steep for 1 hour, strain. Take 1 cup in the morning and evening. Carminative mixture. Caraway seeds, 1 part. Chamomile flowers, 6 parts. Valerian root and rhizomes, 4 parts. Use 1 tablespoon of the mixture per 1 cup of boiling water. Wrap and steep for 1 hour, strain. Take 1 cup in the morning and evening. Herbal mixture, for intestinal catarrh. Calendula, marigold, flowers, 1 part. Blackberry leaves, 1 part. Use 2 tablespoons of the mixture per 3 cups of boiling water. Wrap and steep for 2 hours, strain. Take 2/3 cup 3 times a day, 1 hour after meals. Appetite stimulants. Common quince, oblong, fruits. A decoction of the fruits, compote, and boiled fruits are used for gastrointestinal diseases to improve the function of the digestive tract. Grated boiled fruits are taken for liver diseases. For anal fissures and rectal prolapse, poultices from quince juice are used. A decoction of the seeds is used for diarrhea and internal bleeding. The fruits stop bile and mucus vomiting. Sweet orange, fruits. When taken on an empty stomach, they stimulate the appetite and improve bowel function. People suffering from chronic constipation are advised to eat oranges or drink orange juice in the morning on an empty stomach and in the evening before bed. Note, should not be used in cases of gastric or duodenal ulcers, gastritis with increased stomach acidity, or during flare-ups of inflammatory bowel diseases. Valerian, officinalis, rhizomes and thin fibrous roots. 1 tablespoon of raw material per 1 glass of boiling water. Infuse, wrapped, for 40 minutes. Strain. Take 1 tablespoon 3 to 4 times a day before meals. The alcohol tincture should be taken 15 to 20 drops 3 to 4 times a day before meals. The powder is taken at 1/5 of a teaspoon per dose. Valerian aids digestion by regulating stomach function. It is used against worms, stomach and intestinal spasms, and gastrointestinal disorders, especially for abdominal pain in children. Garden cherry, fruits. The fruits improve appetite and digestion and serve as a mild laxative for persistent, prolonged constipation. Common speedwell, pansy, herb. 2 teaspoons of dry herb per 2 glasses of boiling water. Infuse, wrapped, for 2 hours, then strain. Take 1/2 glass 4 times a day, 1 hour after meals. Used to stimulate appetite, for gastric catarrh, atony, stomach colic, and to improve digestion. In cases of appetite loss, it is better to drink the decoction hot. Stimulates appetite, increases gastric juice secretion, and improves digestion when sluggish or in cases of constipation. Note, mustard is contraindicated in pulmonary tuberculosis and kidney inflammation. Domestic pear, fruits. Fresh pears in small amounts regulate digestion and are well absorbed by the body. A pear decoction is an excellent remedy for improving the condition of patients with gastrointestinal diseases accompanied by diarrhea. Oak, moss, lichen, thallus. 2 teaspoons of thallus per 2 glasses of water. Bring to a boil, simmer for 15 minutes, cool, strain. Drink the decoction throughout the day in 2 to 3 doses. The decoction has a bitter taste and is used as a bitter tonic to stimulate appetite. Used for dyspepsia and sluggish bowel function. Blue blackberry, leaves. 4 teaspoons of leaves per 2 glasses of boiling water. Infuse, wrapped, for 3 to 4 hours, strain. Take 1/2 glass 4 times a day, 30 minutes before meals. Used to improve intestinal peristalsis. In intestinal catarrh, take the following. Herbal mixture. Blackberry leaves, 2 teaspoons, marigold flowers, 1 teaspoon. Pour 1 glass of boiling water over the prepared mixture. Infuse, wrapped, for 2 hours, strain. Take 1/2 glass 3 times a day, 30 minutes before meals. Blackberry leaves, infusion, are also used for gastric bleeding. Ripe fruits are taken as a laxative for constipation. Wild strawberry, leaves, fruits. The berries stimulate appetite and improve digestion. The berries are used for constipation, diarrhea, stomach ulcers, and as a good choleretic agent. Strawberry herb. 1 teaspoon of leaves per 1 glass of boiling water. Infuse, wrapped, for 2 hours, strain. Take 1 to 2 tablespoons 3 to 4 times a day. Strawberry herb is used for inflammation of the small intestine, gastritis, and colitis accompanied by constipation and diarrhea. Decoctions and infusions of the roots are used for sitz baths in hemorrhoid treatment. Umbrella centauri herb. 1 tablespoon of the herb per 1 glass of boiling water. Infuse, wrapped, for 30 to 40 minutes, strain. Take 1 tablespoon 3 to 4 times a day, 30 minutes before meals. The infusion is used as a bitter tonic to stimulate appetite, enhance intestinal tone and peristalsis. It reduces gastric acidity, has mild laxative and choleretic effects, and is carminative, anthelmintic, and analgesic. Also used for stomach achelia, constipation, heartburn, dysentery, and dyspepsia. Cabbage, heads, leaves, and juice. Take fresh cabbage juice 1 to 1.5 glasses 4 times a day, 40 to 50 minutes before meals. The juice stimulates stomach secretion and is beneficial for gastritis with low acidity. Improves intestinal function, prevents fermentation, and eases spasmodic pain. Used for ulcerative colitis and chronic constipation. Course for peptic ulcer of stomach and duodenum, 30 to 40 days. Repeat course in 4 to 5 months for prevention. Juice must be freshly made daily. Stinging nettle, leaves. 1 tablespoon of leaves per 1 glass of boiling water. Infuse, wrapped, for 1 hour, strain. Take 1 tablespoon 3 times a day, 30 minutes before meals. Stimulates digestive glands. Used for liver, gallbladder, gastrointestinal disorders, hemorrhoids, and various internal bleeding. For diarrhea, take dry, crushed nettle with bread. Chili pepper, red. Take 10 to 15 drops of vodka or alcohol tincture in water. Used as a bitter tonic to stimulate appetite, improve digestion, and as an antiseptic for acute gastrointestinal disorders. Note: prolonged use or high doses can cause severe gastrointestinal issues. Lemon, fruit, juice. Alcohol tincture of lemon peel or zest stimulates appetite and helps relieve nausea. Onion, bulb, greens. Fresh onion stimulates appetite, increases gastric juice secretion, improves digestion and intestinal tone, enhances food absorption, aids bowel movement, expels worms, and treats hemorrhoids. Raspberry, fruits, leaves. Fruits stimulate appetite and digestion, relieve gastrointestinal pain, and have analgesic and anti-inflammatory effects. Leaves are used as an anti-inflammatory remedy for GI disorders, stomach bleeding, and as an astringent for diarrhea. 4 teaspoons of leaves per 2 glasses of boiling water. Infuse, wrapped, 2 to 3 hours, strain. Take 1/2 glass 4 times a day, warm. Tangerine, peel, fruit. 2 tablespoons of dried tangerine peel in 250 g of vodka. Infuse for 7 days in a dark cupboard, shaking occasionally, strain. Take 30 drops 3 times a day, 30 minutes before meals. Used as a bitter tonic to stimulate appetite and improve digestion. Pulp and juice of tangerines reduce intestinal motility and have antimicrobial effects. Coltsfoot, leaves. 1 tablespoon of leaves per 1 glass of boiling water. Infuse, wrapped, 1 hour, strain. Take 1 tablespoon 4 to 6 times a day. Used for appetite loss, digestive disorders, inflammation of the stomach and intestinal lining, and diarrhea. For intestinal inflammation, enemas with the leaf infusion are used. Juniper, berries. 1 tablespoon of crushed berries per 1/2 liter of boiling water. Infuse, wrapped, 2 hours, strain. Take 1 tablespoon 3 to 4 times a day. Juniper berries stimulate appetite, improve digestion, promote bile flow, and expel gas from the stomach and intestines. 20 tablespoons of berries boiled in 400 g of water until soft. Strain, add sugar, and simmer in a water bath until a syrup forms. Take 1 teaspoon 3 times a day before meals for stomach conditions. Note: do not use in cases of acute kidney disease. Dandelion, roots. 1 teaspoon of roots per 1 glass of boiling water. Infuse, wrapped, 1 hour, strain. Take 1/4 glass 4 times a day, 30 minutes before meals. The infusion stimulates appetite and improves digestion. The root and herb are used for liver diseases, gallbladder issues, gastritis, colitis, and hemorrhoids. Parsnip, seed, roots. 1 tablespoon of herb per 2 cups of boiling water. Boil for 10 minutes. Infuse, wrapped, for 2 hours, then strain. Take 1/4 cup 4 times a day 20 minutes before meals, sweetened with sugar or honey. Alternatively, 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh roots per 1 cup of water. Add 3 tablespoons of sugar. Boil for 15 minutes after boiling begins. Infuse, wrapped, for 8 hours, then strain. Take 1 tablespoon 4 times a day 30 minutes before meals. Parsnip improves appetite and stimulates the digestive system. It is used as a painkiller for stomach and liver colic. Roots and leaves are used as a spicy food seasoning. Peach, fruits. The fruits stimulate the secretion of digestive glands and help digest indigestible and fatty foods. Note: not recommended for obesity and diabetes. Parsley, garden, seeds. 1 teaspoon of crushed seeds per 2 cups of cold boiled water. Infuse in a closed container for 8 hours. Take 1 tablespoon 3 to 4 times a day 30 minutes before meals. Used to stimulate appetite and improve digestion. Tansy, common, flower heads. 1 tablespoon of the raw material per 1 cup of boiling water. Infuse, wrapped, for 2 hours, then strain. Take 1 tablespoon 3 to 4 times a day 20 minutes before meals. Sunflower, common, edge flowers. Edge flowers and dry leaves of sunflower, mixed equally, are infused with vodka for 2 weeks in a dark cupboard, in a 1:5 ratio. Shake occasionally, then strain. Take as a bitter tonic, 30 drops 3 times a day 30 minutes before meals. Used to stimulate appetite and enhance gastrointestinal function. Sunflower oil is also good as a laxative. Wormwood, common, herb. 1 tablespoon of powdered tops or leaves of wormwood per 1/2 liter of boiling water. Infuse, wrapped, for 2 hours, then strain. Take 1/3 cup 3 times a day 30 minutes before meals as a remedy to stimulate appetite, enhance gastrointestinal activity, and relieve stomach cramps. Used for poor digestion. Radish, seed, root. Stimulates appetite, aids digestion, and promotes stomach acid secretion. Radish helps with tongue paralysis. It should be chewed. Note: do not use radish for stomach ulcers, gastrointestinal inflammation, liver disease, or severe heart conditions. Red currant, berries, juice. Improve appetite and eliminate nausea. Useful for constipation. Black currant, berries, juice. Improve appetite, stimulate gastrointestinal function, and stop diarrhea. Fresh juice is used for stomach and duodenal ulcers, gastritis with low stomach acidity, and achilia. Garlic, common, bulbs. When taken internally, it stimulates appetite and improves digestion. It is prescribed for stomach pain, dysentery, gastritis, and chronic constipation. Sour sorrel, leaves. 1 teaspoon of raw material per 2 cups of water. Boil for 15 minutes after boiling begins. Infuse, wrapped, for 1.5 to 2 hours, then strain. Take half a cup 3 times a day 15 minutes before meals. Sorrel stimulates appetite, aids better digestion, and promotes bile secretion. Note, not recommended for those with diathesis. Domestic apple tree, fruits, juice. Fresh, baked apples, and juice taken on an empty stomach stimulate appetite, improve sluggish digestion, and work well for gastrointestinal disorders, especially in children, as a mild laxative. It is better to take sweet apple varieties on an empty stomach because sour varieties and Antonovka can cause undesirable stimulation of gastrointestinal peristalsis.